Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. We've got some new horror picks for you this week, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Verse Films Productions' annual Screamtober here on our horror channel. I'm your host, Carshénah, and I've got 31 days to get you in the mood for Halloween. Join me as I share a video a day with a new theme each week that you will find scary, haunting, and sometimes just plain fun. Let's get into it. Week 3 is Directors Week, and we're highlighting horror director David Cronenberg. Actor in The Fly, Nightbreed, Jason X, and the Netflix series Slasher, but as a director, David's work is prolific. Welcome to Directors Week with one of horror's favorite directors, David Cronenberg. If you don't recognize his name, you'll recognize the titles. David has worked with the likes of Christopher Walken, Jeff Goldblum, Jeremy Irons, Viggo Mortensen, and Michael Ironside, to name a few famous A-list names. Pioneered the body horror genre that involves mutation, parasites, or particular medical conditions. David's body of work will always be memorable. Scanners, 1981, now streaming on HBO Max, rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 43 minutes. Scanners is Cronenberg's venture into telepathy and the strange workings of the mind, Cronenberg's body and revolt films. This movie can be considered as part of a late 70s, early 80s cycle of movies that dealt with telekinesis and psychokinesis. The pictures included, amongst others, Carrie, 1976, The Fury, 1978, The Cinder, 1982, Firestarter, 1984, The Medusa Touch, 1978, Ruby, 1977, Jennifer, 1978, Patrick, 1978, The Dead Zone, 1983, and others. The premise of the film is a scientist recruits and trains a man with an advanced telepathic ability called scanning to stop a dangerous scanner with extraordinary psychic powers from waging war against non-scanners with plans for world domination. Scanners can not only look into the minds of others and manipulate them, but can also do very unpleasant things to human bodies. That's what I like about Cronenberg. Not only does he make great psychological horror thrillers, but he makes you think. Nothing is spoon-fed to you. The splatter effects have given this movie its much-deserved place in one of the best horror set pieces ever made. The exploding head that everybody remembers so vividly actually occurs only about 13 and a half minutes into the show, so viewers don't have long to wait. After watching this film, you'll understand why gore hounds love this movie. Cronenberg waits until the end to come up with a pretty good showdown between good scanner versus bad scanner. The pace is admittedly deliberate, but the ideas unfortunately don't feel completely fleshed out. Quite a bit of exposition is packed into the last act. The filming of this classic wasn't particularly enjoyable for Cronenberg, as he did have to begin filming before his script was even finished. So he was unfortunately rushed. Still, his story is entertaining and an intense one. The lead, Stephen Lack, was okay. Michael Ironside was chilling in his debut. Ice ran through his veins. This movie made his career as a movie heavy hitter. Jennifer O'Neill fit in well, with a strong storyline and good directing made this one a must-see. Howard Shore's music synthesizer tinged score is a wonderfully over-the-top and scary, and sets and locations do have a very sparse look. The more interesting aspect is the fact that most of these scanners, or telepathic curiosities as the CEO of Consec calls them, are usually forced to live on the fringes of society as their telekinetic powers are feared and misunderstood by many. It would seem that Cronenberg was using this plot device as a metaphor to comment on society's prejudicial attitudes towards the mentally ill. Like many of his low-budget horror films right up to The Fly in 1986, Scanners has a very subversive take on society's ills. The modern society portrayed in Scanners is a world viewed through the eyes of the outcast. See you tomorrow as Screamtober with Verse Films Productions continue right here on the channel.